Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing a nice gentle intermediate class with some basic variations as well, just to really get some length into that body. So we're going to start by sitting down on our mat, legs out in front of us. And we'll just start with our spine stretch. So we're going to exhale, push forward, and inhale, restack. Exhale forward and inhale, restack. So we're just stretching through the spine. Beautiful. And just keep that stretch going. Relax there, open the legs the width of the mat for me. We're going to put our arms in that genie position. Inhale, twist to the left. Right hand comes down and we push forward. And then we do the same to the side. Inhale, right, left arm down. Just opening up the back a little bit. Nice stretch. And just relax a second, giving those shoulders a little bit of a wiggle. We'll just put the legs back to straight, put the hands underneath your shoulders for me. We're going to do a bit of a reverse plank. So we're going to have our left foot on the floor, right leg straight. And we're going to inhale, lift, push through that left foot. And then exhale, slowly down. Inhale, we lift, shoulder blades squeeze. And exhale down. Do one more for me. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, lower. We're going to switch legs. So left leg out, right leg in. And again for 3. Inhale, we lift. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale down, extend those legs and reach those arms forward. And just stretch that spine out. Beautiful. From there, coming and lying down on your mat for me on your back. Feet on the floor, knees bent. We're going to do our pelvic tilt, so that pelvis is a clock, 6 o'clock belly button, 12 o'clock groin, and we're just going back and forth, opening up that spine. Just working through that lower back. Coming into your neutral, so you've got a slight gap underneath the back and just rocking the knees side to side, opening up the side body a little bit. You might get a bit of a crack in the back and that's fine. And then from there, coming into our bridges, so arms can be down for beginner, intermediate, advanced arms lift. We're going to take a big breath in. Exhale, push the back down, slowly lift the bottom, middle back, upper back. We imagine we're showing the leggings to the back of the room. Big breath in, and then exhale, roll down, top, middle and bottom. Back into our neutral, and again, inhale to prepare, exhale, pushing down, rolling that back up. Leggings show to the back of the room. And we roll down. So just keep that going. If you'd like to make it a wee bit harder, the arms can come behind the head 45 degrees, but we make sure we still roll up and down that spine, coming into our 6 o'clock position each time. And on this last one, we hold at the bottom, arms come back down. We just rock those knees side to side. Come back to our centre, just reset yourself back up, and we're going to roll all the way into our bridge and hold at the top for me. From there, we're going to try and lift our left leg into our tabletop position and then just tap it down and lift back up. So really working into that right side. And then we'll switch. Now we're relying on that left side, relying on our centre. Replace the foot, roll through that spine and just take a relax at the bottom. Now we're going to do that again, and if you want you can follow a more advanced pattern with me. If you've got weights, feel free to hold them, cans of soup, whatever. But you're going to have your arms up to the ceiling if you can, optional. Roll all the way back into your bridge. As you lift your left leg up, your right arm's going to come back. It taps and the arm comes back up. So we're doing opposites here. Relying on some stability. We make sure hip to hip, rib to rib check, we haven't dropped. Replace foot, we'll change side, so it's left arm, right leg. And relax, roll down, hug those knees into the chest and just rock that back side to side. Replace the feet. Just give those hips a little bit of a wiggle. Make sure you're in your neutral spine. And whenever you're ready, hug your right leg into your chest. Head can stay down, leg can be lifted to the ceiling or 45. Or you can lift head and chest up, elbows out. And we inhale, switch legs nice and slow. And then exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Using that breath to help. Last one each side. And replacing head back down, just give it a little bit of a wiggle side to side, make sure we're holding no tension in the neck. We'll then lift head and shoulders back up if you can, they can stay down. We're going to inhale, push the legs out, either 45 or to the ceiling, and exhale, hug in. Inhale out. Exhale in. If you want, the arms can come behind the head. But we make sure the shoulders stay lifted. And again we release down, rocking back side to side. Putting the feet down, making sure we come back into our neutral position. And just take some nice deep breaths. We're going to interlink the fingers, put them behind the back of the head. Make sure you can see your elbows in your peripheral vision. And we're going to take a big breath in. Exhale, lift the chest and the shoulders up, and then the right leg comes into tabletop. Inhale, we replace. And then again, exhale, we come up, left leg lifts. Inhale, replace. So we're just coming straight up the middle. Using that breath to help. Last one each side. And replace down for a second. You can give those knees a little bit of a wiggle. We'll start that again, but we're going to change it up a little bit, have a bit more of an advanced variation. So we're going to exhale, lift, left leg comes into tabletop, hold, inhale, and we twist to the left. Exhale to middle, inhale down. Exhale, lift, right leg comes up. Inhale, we twist to the right. Exhale, we come back to middle. Inhale, everything back down to the floor. And again, exhale, lift, left leg lifts. Inhale, we twist to the left. Exhale to middle. Inhale, back down. Last one. Exhale, lift. Inhale to the right. Exhale, middle. And then back down, releasing the hands, and just let the knees rock side to side. From there, bring both legs into your tabletop position, glue them together for me. Maybe have the arms a little bit wider than the mat for stability. We're going to take both legs over to the right, let the left bum cheek lift slightly. And then back to middle. Inhale, left. Exhale, middle. More advanced variation is hands behind the back of the head, interlinked, so you're not using your arms. One more each side. And release down. Maybe stretch those legs out, arms behind, just release the tension from the body. Nice big breath in and out. And then come and turn onto your left hand side. Use your arm as a pillow for me. We can either have that bottom leg bent, knee at the front of the mat, foot in line with the bottom, or we can have it outstretched to the front corner of the mat. Hips in line, we've got that waistline lifted a little bit, and this top hand can be on the floor if you want, or on the hip, and we're just going to begin to lift and lower. Making sure we're not coming too high. I know I say it every time, but the higher you go, the more that leg's going to come forward, so we want to keep it in line with the body. Hold the leg at the top and make some nice circles, nice and slow, maybe a little bit bigger than you usually would. Let's test the balance. And then switching direction. Lower that leg so it's in line with the body for me. Hand can come on the floor for a bit of balance. We're going to exhale, bring the leg forward. Inhale, take it back. If you want, you can flex the foot forward, point, take it back, but that can be a little bit too much to think about sometimes, so feel free to just take that out. Hold that leg at the front of the body, flex the foot if you haven't already, and lift and lower. Make sure we're not just using a tilt of the pelvis to lift, we need to be using those muscles in the leg. Let's take both legs, put them together, bend the knees, feet near the bottom, knees near the front of the mat, and we're going to open and close that top knee, making sure we're not tilting that right side back. Hold, bring the knees together, lift both feet off the floor. You may want to put that top hand on the mat. Open the knee, extend the top leg, bring the feet together and then lower the knee. Nice and slow, the knee opens. We extend that right leg, feet together, knee lowers. Open, extend, feet, then knee. Open, extend, and now we're just going to bring the toe down and then extend the leg again, as if you're kicking something, but we're doing it nice and controlled. Hold the leg out and do some nice little circles for me. Circling the opposite direction. Feet come together, knees close, lengthen those legs. We're going to take the right foot and bring it over the left leg. If that's too hard, you can have it behind if the hip won't open. Flex that bottom foot for me and just lift and lower that bottom leg. Taking some nice deep breaths. Hold the leg at the top and just take it forward and back. Inch forward, inch back. And release for me. Let's change on to the other side. So we're on our right side now, arm out straight. Bottom leg can be bent, knee at the front of the mat, or it can be tagged at the front. Waistline lifted, top leg lifts and lowers. Hold at the top and circle. Make sure we're circling probably a little bit bigger than usual, testing the balance. Circling the opposite way. Leg in line with body, hand can come down for balance. We exhale forward, inhale back. If you want, flexing foot forward, pointing, take it back. Holding the leg at the front, lift and lower. Make sure we're lifting from the hip and not just tilting the pelvis back. Top leg on bottom leg, knees bend, feet near the bum. We're opening and closing that top knee. And this is where we tend to tilt back, so being mindful of that. Closing the knees, lifting the feet up for me. We open the knee, extend the top leg, feet together, then knee. Open, extend, feet, knee. Open, extend, feet, knee. Open, extend and hold, and we do that little kick so the toes come down and it goes straight back out again. Hold at the top, little circles. Changing direction, feet together, knee together, extending those legs down. That left leg can come over the top of the right leg, or again, we can have it slightly behind. Flex that bottom leg and we lift and lower. Smiling through the pain. Hold at the top, little forward, little back. And release for me. Come and lie on your tummy. Just use your arms as a pillow for me. Forehead on the hands. Toes pointing back. Slight gap between the legs. And we're just going to start lifting and lowering one leg at a time. Making sure hip bones stay down. Nice deep breaths in and out. And relax a second, giving those hips a bit of a wiggle. We're now going to see if we can lift and lower both legs at the same time, but without using too much tension at the top of the body. So we're going to inhale, try and lift. Exhale, lower. If it's too much for you, just carry on with single legs. And what I don't want you to do is just drop your tummy to the floor in order to lift your legs. So if you can, think about bringing your belly button off the mat a little bit and then lifting the legs. And relax, hips wiggle. Now keeping your hands attached to your forehead, we've got options here. Advanced, we're going to lift and lower, hands attached to the forehead. If that's too much, just keep the hands down and just lift and lower head and chest up. Your choice. Nice and slow. you. And release, giving that back a bit of a wiggle. From there, hands stay attached to the forehead. We're going to inhale, twist the body up to the left. Elbow lifts, we look under the arm. And exhale, it comes back down. Inhale, we twist to the right. We're looking underneath the right arm. Exhale down. Just changing each side. Last one. And just relax. Again, hips give a little bit of a wiggle side to side. Beautiful. Stretch the arms out in front if you've got enough room. And we're going to start with our traditional swim, opposite arm, opposite leg. So they lift, head and chest can come for the ride. Exhale, lower. Remember, hips do stay attached to the floor. We're using our centre, so you're imagining you're pulling your belly button up off the floor. We've got a gap between those hands. And release, again just giving that back a little bit of a wiggle, pushing up and over into your rest position, toes together, knees together, or toes together, knees apart, if that's more comfortable. Just take some nice deep breaths, just relax those back muscles for me. And then coming on to hands and knees. We'll just take a few more stretches for that back. So we exhale, round the back, pushing the back up to the ceiling. Pelvis comes under, head comes under. Inhale, belly down, head and bottom lifts. Exhale, we round. Inhale down. Head and bottom lifts. And then just coming into that flat back for me, we'll take the left leg back, right arm forward, and we're just going to inhale up and down, tapping the mat. Nice and slow. Let's hold at the top on this one. Let's just get a bit of a static hold here. Just trying to find our balance. And release, let's change sides, right leg back, left arm forward, up and down. And again, hold at the top, try and find that balance. And replace, we're going to go back to the original side, left leg back, right arm forward, hold at the top for me. Can we just bring the knee in and out? Just that leg. The arm stays where it is. Hold the leg out. Let's just bring the arm in and out. And then do the two together. Elbow comes in, knee comes in. Inhale, leg and arm come out. Exhale in, inhale out. Exhale in, inhale out, hold and replace. We'll change to the other side, right leg, left arm, we lift. Let's just see if we can bring that leg in and out. Holding the leg out, let's just do the arm. And then see if we can do both together. Last one, holding out, replacing down, coming into that rest position. Reaching the arms forward. And then from here, we're just going to come onto the knees. So we've got our bottom lifted off the legs. And we're just going to do a bit of a rock back here, so we need to be careful. A couple of things. We want a nice straight posture. Imagine you're standing, obviously you're on your knees. And what we're going to do is lean back slightly. What I don't want to see is people's bottoms coming in and their back arching and they're doing a C curve. We need to keep this back nice and straight. Arms out to the front can help. You're going to feel a bit of a pull down the quad, down the front of the leg, and you use that centre to pull you back up. Now, it doesn't have to be a big move. It can just be small. If you have the strength and the ability, you can come back a little bit further, but it's hard to not bend that back, and that's what we don't want. Last one. Back up into that rest position, giving the legs a rest. Just taking some nice deep breaths. And then just coming back onto the tummy for me. Now we've got some options here. Preferably we have our hands interlinked, one hand on top of the other, elbows come down to the side, but some people find this difficult with shoulder rotation. If that's the case, you can just have the arms apart and just resting on your hips. You could even hold a towel if you wanted. And when it comes to extending the arms behind, you can either keep the hands interlinked or you can just push them down towards your feet. So we're going to have our heads facing to the right hand side, so your left hand side, so your right cheek's on the floor. I'd like you to slowly kick the legs in once. And inhale, we lift the legs off the floor, we straighten, we lift the back up and extend the arms behind, trying to hold this stretch. And then we slowly come back down, head goes to the right, we kick the legs in. Inhale, we look forward, legs stretch back. They're lifted. And then we come to the left again. So we kick. And then we extend. And then we come down and we kick. And then we extend. Last one. Release the arms, let them just come down next to you. And then just come down, forehead on the mat, giving that back a little bit of a wiggle side to side. Nice, deep breath in and out. And whenever you're ready, come and lie on your back for me, so just twist round. We're going to have left leg on the mat. Right leg's going to be lifted up to the ceiling, and we're just going to start doing our circles. A nice little circle, nothing too big. And circling the opposite way. Bending that leg into tabletop, take it over to the left hand side, put the left hand on the knee. Right arm extends, we're doing our lumbar stretch. And then we switch back to centre, right leg comes down, left leg lifts up, and we do our circle. And circle the opposite way. Leg into tabletop, we bring it over to the right hand comes on the knee, left arm extends, we look at the left fingertips. Big breath in and out. Coming back to centre for me, both feet on the floor. We're going to lift that right leg into the ceiling for me. We're going to inhale, drop it down. Exhale, bend the knee in and extend back up. So it's like you're pedaling a really big bicycle. Just going through the motion of that hip. And then we pedal the opposite way. So the leg comes out, up and in. And then we change sides, so left leg lifts, and we come down, in and up. Just going through that pedalling motion, and then we switch, so we're pedaling the opposite way. And release, letting the knees rock side to side. Beautiful. Come and sit up for me. We're going to do our leg stretches now. So coming onto the knees, we're going to take the right leg forward into our hip flexor stretch, just pushing that body forward. Right knee over right ankle. And just holding there for a second. You can bring the hands down to frame the foot if you want. Just taking some nice deep breaths in and out. Keeping the right hand on the floor, lift the left arm up and over. You're going to get a really deep stretch down that left hand side, possibly into the hip. And bring the hand down, we push the bottom back, we make sure we're straight, and if you want to, you come down a little bit further, and you can put that left hand on the right foot and give that foot a little bit of a pull back. Just to help with that stretch. Beautiful, we bend that leg so it's a nice 90-degree angle. We take the foot over so it's in front of the left knee. We walk the hands forward, that knee comes in a diagonal, and you push that left leg back and we're in our pigeon position. Taking some nice deep breaths. If you want to, coming onto the forearms. Again, taking some nice deep breaths in and out. Just taking some time to open the hips up. From there, coming onto the hands, if you can, putting your right hand in front, taking your left arm behind and just grabbing that left foot. If you can't do that, that's fine. But giving it a bit of a pull in if you can. And release. We come onto the knees again, and then we take the left leg forward, coming into that hip flexor position. Again, framing the foot if you can, but if you need to sit up, that's fine. And just taking some time to feel that stretch down the hip. Keeping left arm down, we reach the right arm over. Bringing that hand back down. We're pushing the bottom back. Make sure we're nice and straight before we lean down. If you want to, taking the right hand and getting hold of that left foot and giving it a bit of a pull back to increase that stretch. And then we bend that knee in that 90-degree angle. We take the foot over to the right hand side. Walk the knee forward to that diagonal, lengthening the right leg back, and we're in our pigeon position. And if you want to, coming onto the forearms just to get a bit of a deeper stretch. Just nice deep breaths. Come onto the hands, left hand stays in front. We take the right arm behind if we can to grab the right foot. Again, not a big deal if you can't do this, you can just hold the pigeon, giving the leg a bit of a pull in if we can. And release, coming onto hands and knees. We're going to go through our shoulder girdle a little bit. So we're going to have hands under shoulders, knees under hips. So what I'd like you to do is push your hands into the floor and imagine that you're pushing your back up to the ceiling, but we're not letting our bottom back move. It's coming from the shoulder blades. We're then going to drop the chest down and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Again, trying not to move the bottom of the back or hunching so that the shoulders come near the ears. We're just basically asking the shoulder blades to open and close. Taking some time. This will definitely help strengthen the rotator cuff muscles as well. Just coming into your flat back for me, take a look at your left bum cheek, look around your left shoulder. Middle and go over to the right. Again, you're reaching round. Coming back to middle, take your right hand, thread it through the gap between your left knee and left hand, coming onto the shoulder. And just holding here, feeling a nice stretch. Pushing all the way back up, doing the same on the other side, so the left hand comes through, coming onto the left shoulder. Releasing from that position, pushing back into your rest position, and just taking some nice deep breaths. Restacking the spine and coming onto the bottom for me, legs out in front. And we'll just do a few more spine stretches. So again, you can have knees bent if you want, arms in front. We exhale, reach forward. Imagine you're trying to touch the wall in front. And inhale, restack. Exhale, push forward. Inhale, restack. Just a few more of these. Exhale, forward. Inhale, restack. And again, exhale, forward. Inhale, restack. Bend those knees slightly. We're going to take our left hand and grab the outside of our right foot. Push the foot away from you as you pull back on that left arm, opening up the shoulder blade. There, I'm feeling a lovely stretch down the back. And coming back up. Same on the other side, right hand grabs the left foot and we push down, pulling back. And release. And from there, just come back onto your hands and knees for a second. We're just going to try our elephant stretch. So we're taking one leg back, then the other. We lift the bottom up, come over into our elephant. Back nice and straight. You can have a bend in those knees if you need, or you can try and straighten them. The main point here is that back. Walking the hands in towards the feet for me. Slowly restacking that spine all the way back up, and then for this last one we're just going to be in our parallel position. Chin comes down, pelvis tucks under. We roll down. Just holding here. Feeling some length behind the legs. your right knee, keep your left leg nice and straight, head dangles nice and heavy. And then we switch, left leg bends, right leg straight. Straighten both for me. Slowly roll up that spine all the way to the top. And then just come and sit on your mat for me. I like to sit on my knees, sit on my haunches as they say. And what we're going to do is drop the right arm down towards the mat. Take the left hand and just pull the head over to the left slightly. But still pushing that right arm down. You'll feel a nice stretch down the neck. Release the head back up. Take your left hand, put 2 fingers on the right hand side. Still pushing the right arm down, and we just gently pull the neck over to the left. So you're just twisting to look to your left shoulder. And release, we do the same with the side. So left hand comes down, right hand over the top. And we just pull over. Release, right hand, 2 fingers looking over to the right, left arm pushing down. And release, just giving those shoulders a little bit of a wiggle. And you are done. Thank you for joining me in this video, and I look forward to seeing you soon.